Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're switching up from hair to more of holistic health. And I know you guys love when I talk about more holistic health topics, so I decided to go ahead and bring you guys one of those topics today. But this topic is going to be very different from anything I've ever done on my channel, because today we're going to be focusing on the V down there. And we're not going to say the actual name because YouTube has been very strict on what creators say in their videos. People have been getting demonetized, so we're not going to do that today. So a lot of times as women, we tend to go through a lot of changes with the body that essentially can affect the pH of our V. We definitely have a lot of more things to worry about when it comes to our body, and we have to be a lot more careful. But one thing in particular that can be very challenging for women to deal with as a whole, and that is hygiene issues. So we're going to talk about today the reason for those things happening and also how to prevent some of those things from happening. So when I say hygiene issues, I'm talking about things like vagina odor, BV, yeast. The list goes on. There's so many more things that can cause your hygiene to be off, and also can be a result of your pH being completely off. So even though that can be an issue for women, I'm going to talk about today how to actually prevent and to cure those things from festering and just being there in your body. So what I am going to be talking about today that can actually cure that is called Boric Life. And this is boric acid by the brand Blast. Now there are a lot of boric acids out there by different types of brands. This one in particular did stand out to me. One, because they do have really good reviews on Amazon when it comes to this product. Two, it is an all natural suppository, which is also great. You don't want to put anything in your body that's not all natural. So Boric Life treats, prevents things like yeast infections, BV, dryness, odors that are in the V area, also itchiness, all those things that come along with your pH being off balance. A slightly acidic mineral that has been used for years to cure vagina infections. So of course I'll have this down in the description box, but I wanted to tell you guys exactly how it's used. You're actually going to take the Boric Life pill and you're going to put it onto the applicator and insert it inside of your vajayjay. And the thing about it is you do not want to put this into your mouth. You don't want to swallow it. It says on the Boric Life instructions to not do that. The warning label, do not do that. So it's only to put up there, and you don't want to use it for oral consumption. That can cause a lot of issues. So they say that if you are suffering from a infection like yeast or BV, you want to use this for 7 consecutive days at bedtime. And if the symptoms are persistent and they don't go away within a week, then you repeat for another 7 days, so for another week. So of course this can be used to cure your vaginal odor, BV, yeast, but it can also be used to prevent it as well. So if you want to use it as a preventative measure, you can do that as well. So with all of this being said, a lot of times we are not even knowledgeable about the fact that our pH is out of balance. So something that they include also on Blast's website is that they have the pH test strip. So if you want to test your pH and see where you are, if your pH is off or if it's normal, they have test strips which are super easy to use. I did use one of the test strips just to see, and it's super easy. So a lot of times when your pH is thrown off, a lot of times you don't find out until after you actually get the infection. So it's really good to have the strips so that you can actually know where you are. So this is the strips and what they look like. You're gonna take it off of this roll and you actually just take it off and you test that way. And then what I did is I took the strip and put it up against this, which tells you if you have a normal pH or if your pH is off. So if you're 3.0, between 3.0 and 4.5, then you're normal. If you are 5.0 and up, then you have an abnormal pH at the moment, and you just need to go ahead and start on the Boric Life. It's pretty cool that this company actually does work with gynecologists, so they're not just using something that is not medically approved. They actually worked in collaboration with gynecologists to get the exact recommended dose that we should have. First, I want to point out the fact that bacteria that lives in the V area likes to be in a very acidic environment. So if that area becomes too alkaline, bacteria can actually have overgrowth, and that is what in turn will lead to infections like BV. With that being said, things that can actually cause that area to be overly alkaline is definitely using scented soaps, eating way too much sugar, anything to do with hormone fluctuations, so things like birth controls, the IUD. Antibiotics can also be a main cause of infections, just because antibiotics wipes out all of the bacteria. When it comes to certain types of medicines, I'm totally against them. I think that it's better to just use like herbal medicines, but of course everybody doesn't think the way I do, or they don't have the same preference as I do. But in my opinion, I really do think that you should try the most natural thing first, and if it doesn't work, then you can go to antibiotic. But an antibiotic can definitely be the cause of infections if you have to take those a lot. Also, wearing colored underwear or using rags that have heavy dyes in them can also be a cause of messing up your pH. I also want to mention that having unprotected sex can be a cause of messing up your pH as well. Also having lots and lots of different sexual partners. So remember that that area is super sensitive and it absorbs everything, and you want to make sure that you're giving it a very, clean environment to flourish in. You don't want to just treat that area like it doesn't matter, because it's actually super important. It's what brings life into this world, and you want to make sure that you take care of it. Alright, so now that we got that out the way, I definitely wanted to mention that you want to make sure that you're eating fruits and vegetables, eating very healthy, things like yogurt, probiotics. Taking probiotics will be amazing for this. Probiotics do help to have a nice and healthy gut. Things like kombucha can help you to have a nice and healthy gut as well. Drinking more water to flush out your system, so like spring water, eating kale greens, different type of leafy greens can make. So mostly you just want to eat a lot of healthy foods. Try to change your lifestyle a little bit. Even though I said it in the beginning, I just want to go over it again. To not use heavily fragrant stuff down there. It just messes up everything. You may think that it's making you smell so good and it's working so well, but no. Just leave that area. Let that area just do what it does. Do not put and add a lot of stuff down there, because the more complicated you try to make your like hygiene routine down there, the more that it can become irritated. Okay guys, that was my video. If you guys enjoyed this type of video, go ahead and click the thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will have NutriBlast, Boric Life, all the information down in the description box. I also have the link to where you can find the product down in the description box. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.